Cancer, new moon, the moon and the sun are at 24 degrees. They are conjunct like all new moons. And it is opposite Pluto, which is one of the major factors. It is a 5-degree orb, I believe. So we got a little space, but it's applying. So that space really gets shorter. Okay. Whenever you have the sun and the moon making an aspect, especially like an opposition, we have this inner truth that is really trying to be revealed at a deep subconscious and unconscious level, and we're looking at which external relationships within us really reflect these power dynamics. We're really trying to form some sense of self-actualization on this moon. Now that's from the aspect of the sun, and the sun is in Cancer, which means again, um, it's some impulse, some inner truth that has been repressed and pressed down. Now, this is a really great moon. This moon actually is going to represent gate 62 in human design, and it's programmed specifically by a Capricorn gate, which is gate 61. What is dope about gate 61, the programming partner who programs the moon, which is at 24 degrees, this Cancer new moon, is psychosis at its shadow frequencies. Okay, psychosis. And we're trying to work our way towards a deep level of inspiration, which requires an inner breath to find and help us reveal what are these emotional tensions that we have by essentially not aligning with our true selves, the identity deep at our core, that it's a journey we can only take alone. Most of the world, when we look at the consciousness, the collective consciousness, we are under a mass collective consciousness of psychosis. And the thing is, most people are still buying into these cult narratives because Cancer is a sign of belonging and wants to belong. And so we have to look at what are the cults that give us a certain sense of belonging. You see CB, central digitalized banking currencies. You see the drug industry, whether it's big, you know who. I'm going to leave certain names out, try to keep myself safe enough for the moment. Um, you know, you got water, you got food. These are the things you need to do to control people. You also got religion and you got science. And these are some of the main things, as well as education. Okay, the indoctrination of education, taking away creative skills like music class and art class, even physical things that allow you to exert certain energy that allows your emotions to be expressed, like gym. They're taking away the gym. Like when we were in school, like you had to run the mile run. Now it's like an optional thing. Like, kids are getting becoming overly obese. It's getting really weird. So this new moon is actually something that we're gonna dip into all of that. But before I go any further, okay, with this 24-degree new moon in Cancer, activating gate 62 in human design, I want to say check out our retreat. Bam, that's the one right there. This is the retreat. Well, Eileen and myself and the Mexican Bruja, we're running it right here in Guadalajara. We're actually doing it in the city, and I wanted to remind people that it's happening in the city because, yes, this is a spiritual warfare, but we can't continue to go to the jungle and all the way deep into nature where everything is serene and you're going to have this perfectly beautiful lush experience where great you found peace in the moment, but then you return back to your natural habitat where it's absolutely chaotic and you don't know how to merge the two. So we're doing it in a city specifically, and we still will take some excursions out into nature. Like we still have some trips to Japanese gardens. We have some trips going out to waterfalls and the hot springs, right? We have some trips that are secluded in peaceful spaces, but in the city, to also show you that you can do that as well too. So check out that retreat. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that subscription. You see it up at the top screen, especially if you're brand new. If you're watching this on replay and you're new here, I want to say thank you. Welcome. This is your AstroShaman, Pernell Bobby. We are generating an economy of harmony, leveraging human design and genetic astrology. For those of y'all that are returning and y'all my lifetime subscribers, I want to say thank you and give you a personal appreciation shout out as well. New moon in Cancer, okay? Um, Ultimately, what is programming this certain sense of psychosis is our need and our drive to always have intelligence or intel. I don't want to say intelligence, intellect. Intellect always asking a question of why. Now, when you think of the question why, who do we always ask this question why to? This is the sun in opposition to Pluto. The why is asking this external sense of science or God. It's the simplicity. Why did this happen to me, God? Or Why did this happen to me, Isaac Newton, or Albert Einstein? Like, I felt like this and the gravity was at 6.7 millihertz and blah, 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 right? Trying to find the reason of why. Even when we get to the point of how can I get out of this? This is just a derivative of the original question, why? And ultimately, when we cannot find this why, because we keep seeking something external, which is what the sun in opposite to Pluto is about on this new moon, the the fact that the sun is actually in and the Pluto is in two feminine signs, Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn, and the sun in Cancer. The fact it's in two feminine signs, we're being asked truly to go inward. This is the simplicity. You'll never find this inner truth from any external source. You may have certain people that will trigger deep emotional responses and bring up the intensity of what it means to repress your anger or be overreactive and become a pedantic and really just want to criticize people and say, "Look at me, I'm smart, I'm smart, I'm smart." I've dated people like this, and I ain't got no problem with it. But I've dated people like this who like, instead of going inward to find their inner truth, this is the reflection, right? So I'm saying I dated people like this. I dated myself. I dated my reflection of when and how did I use intelligence, okay? And I'm taking it back again, not intelligence, intellect, the mind. And I'm saying this and making this distinction because intelligence, my body has a natural intelligence, okay? It tells my body how to digest and process certain nutrients through my small intestines. It tells me what's no longer useful, and I got all the nutrients from it, and I poop it out. It tells me when my heart needs to beat, and it does it on a cadence that I don't have to be responsible for, right? So that's intelligence, okay? That's intelligence. It is an automatic process that does not require my mind. Now, intellect is something that my mind needs to be fed in a way where, excuse me, we now talk monkey mind, right? Thoughts want to keep coming and make you think that they have a certain sense of priority. Now, the beauty of this is Cancer is a sign who can recognize impulses from about 9 to 16 years of age, I believe is Cancer, and it now recognizes impulses. And it says, look, I can see this impulse and I can actually retain my energy and contain it. And I can hold that impulse in to want to seek an outside source to inspire me, okay? And in while holding that in, waiting for the proper inspiration, I now begin to breathe. So if you begin to breathe on this new moon when you manifest, before you write down your goals, you want to really think of this as a feminine process. This whole entire new moon is asking us to step away from the mind and allow the heart to step in front, where now the masculine is in support, total support, as it gives to the feminine. And the feminine is here to receive. And as the feminine receives from a place of inner truth and divinity, we completely supersede this disenchanted, repressed nature where we, um, you know, just fail to see this inner light, this inner excitement for life. When you feel disenchanted, this is a Capricornian thing where it's like you get so beat down by the reality outside of you of how much we've ignored the truth inside of us. This new moon is going to help bring all of that out, especially with the moon in opposite to Pluto as well. Like I said, these are deep emotional triggers that's coming up to the surface to help us transform. And the fact it's happening at 29 degrees, this is coming from a big change happening at 24 degrees in this mutable energy of Pisces, a big change happening while also being in stasis, hangman type energy. We're being stalled and hung upside down in time for an involuntary change to occur, but that only can be happening through waiting, through finding a sense of belonging deep within yourself, because Cancer is an individual sign. All right. Check out our memberships. You want to learn more about these planets, so you want to learn more about the individual zodiacs. All right. We're meeting on bi-weekly on Sundays. Right now, we're meeting weekly only because we're going through midterms and people are getting certified. All right. So if you want to get certified as an astrologer, you want to be able to speak the language of the planet, speak the language of human design, speak the language of the zodiac signs and their years, go ahead and check us out. All right. The link is down below. Or if you want to come to our retreat, I want to say thank you. We'll see you soon. Take the moment to apply, because applications are rolling in, and we're going to go one by one with people. All right. We're going to go one by one. Eileen and I have decided that, you know, we're gonna send out an invitation to a specific whatever. I'm gonna keep that off. All right, we're gonna keep that out. So that said, this new moon in Cancer is truly a call to come in, to say, look, I'm going to find my sense of belonging, not from some external source that has more power than me, okay, or that I deem as more powerful, and place myself specifically and intentionally in a victim consciousness, in a position of victimhood. Because the moment we say that somebody or something is greater than us, God, science, education, intellect, okay, the mind, we essentially give away our power. This is literally giving up your truth. And this is the type of stuff where, again, now we start to want to belittle other people with our mind, with our intellect, to say, oh, you know, I'm smarter than you. Now, the key thing with this is, once we work out of these low frequencies of psychosis and intellect, we now start getting to the space of inspiration as well as precision. Being able to take what we're inspired by, this moment after we take our soft inhales, where our body calms, and the mind becomes so effortless, floating, light like a feather in the sky. It loses all of its tension. And we essentially breathe into the heart. And when our heart takes place, it tells me now, like yesterday, for example, I had the drive to go ahead and do the next quiz for the midterm, for example. And my body was like, no, today we don't drink. No, my heart, excuse me. My heart and my body, technically, okay? My heart and my body, my nervous system was like, we don't want to drink coffee today. And I'm telling you, when I drink coffee, I'm working. So the key thing is, now I've been drinking coffee like twice a week at a max. When I drink coffee, I'm working. So I was like, you know what? My body wants to stay calm right now. And so in doing this, instead of going out to a cafe, I let my body more time to recover. I let my mind more time to be at rest and at ease. I let my nervous system not get overreactive, okay, thinking that timelines are moving faster than what they really, really are. The mind likes this. The mind likes for us to speed up fast enough, because then it can find a way to override the heart. So instead, the heart said, no, this is what I need. I need to stay calm. You don't need to know why right now. But right now, Pernell, you need to know that I need to stay calm. So I left my heart at a calm rate. I didn't speed it up. I didn't give it the caffeine. I didn't work. I didn't put any false pressure. This is the sun in opposition to the career in Capricorn, the sun in Cancer at 24 degrees in opposition, some external force driving me, okay? Literally driving the energy, my vitality, where internally I didn't have the vitality to do what I wanted to do within my career space. But the caffeine would have been some external source. This would have been the consideration of God, science, education, or some cult, right? Saying, look, you belong with us. And instead, my internal space, my heart took place, and it said, no, we belong with each other. And when now the masculine can feed that, now what actions did I take that seemed very wise later? I cleansed my house. I did a sage, right? I saged my house. I cleansed. I did a little sweeping. I now nurtured to my plants. I did a deeper nurture. I repotted my pothos plant. My pothos, I rooted it the wrong way, and I've been waiting for like days. I'm like, you know what? Let's reroot it today. I got it nurtured. I watered my garden. I then did a new painting, okay? And it's like, this is the most inspired painting that I've ever had. The first couple paintings that I was doing, I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm Picassoing this. And this one has been sitting, I've been retaining the image of what I was going to draw, and I finally did it, and it still didn't get finished all in the one day. I was like, no, I need to retain this impulse and let it sit, because it is forming. Same thing with the video that I'm doing right now. I wanted to do this video yesterday. I was inspired to do it, but the Cancer energy says you can retain your impulse, and it's going to become more precise. It will hit a level of godliness, a level of sanctity, which is some of these acidic frequencies of gate 61, which is a head pressure center. So we need to understand in this new moon that there is a head pressure that wants to be resolved. It wants to do anything it can to release the pressure, which is why it oftentimes looks to seek outside of itself for an agent to create some sense of illusion, which only deeply, represses our sense of reality and our sense of perception. Actually, I really want to say it deeply represses our perception of what the reality of our lives really is. And it finds a way to disguise our perception and make it foggy and add so much pressure that the mind wants answers, and it wants answers now. And so we turn to intellect. We turn to the mind and say, solve this problem for me. And Cancer is trying to tell us, as a water sign, there is no problem. I will bring in this cardinal push of rejuvenation, of healing, of actually soothing your ego response, soothing the mind to seep through the cracks and find the true and divine solution. But as water seeps through the earth, so that fiery push with that Leo energy in the sky, Venus in Leo, Mercury in Leo, right? We want to push, we want to externally have our mind push through and say, look, if I sustain a certain sense of vitality within my mental space, I'm going to break through this answer. I just gotta keep focus. And Cancer is like, no, actually, we need to soothe this fiery response within us with water. And water can take fire and it can show the hidden corridors within our consciousness, the hidden corridors that we have avoided at a deep and transformative emotional level that is waiting to happen to release the tension. This new moon says 6 months from now, our true dreams will come if we allow ourselves to be in the sense of belonging with the hangman type suspension energy. Feel like you belong in your own heart is what I'm saying. The feminine heart. Leo is the masculine heart and Cancer is the feminine heart, which means no matter how much action or force you do, you will not become or gain more vitality. Your vitality is gained by internally sitting and pausing and realizing that right now the best thing I could do for myself is to chill the fuck out. And as I chill, okay, as I look at these impulses, I now realize that this is what my emotions truly are, and I no longer can be projected on or gaslit to believing that I'm feeling something that I am not. This is actually my partner. This is my teacher. This is my preacher. This is the leader of the cult. Controlling the food, controlling the water, controlling the education. This is the leader of the cult telling me this is what I should eat and this is what's healthy. That's not what my internal frequency desires. My internal frequency desires high vibrational foods and liquids to enter and leave my body after doing their job precisely, which now says I can use less words to describe my feelings and they'll become more accurate. I can use less words to bring my dreams to fruition, and yet it will be more in alignment. Rather than actualizing myself based off of who externally is outside of me that I think I want to be like. I think I want to be like Michael Jordan. I think I want to be like this astrologer in my space. I think I want to be like this shaman. And it's also and mostly about, I actually need to stop looking at this external shaman so I can more deeply recognize who I am. What kind of shamanic ways do I practice? Which tribe and lineage do I come from? And to stop looking at this astrologer to realize how many lifetimes have I been an astrologer? Why can I study astrology for 3 years and seemingly know more than what is possible? It's because the internal intelligence and aligning with that is way more potent than whatever I can read in a book, whatever I can listen to on YouTube from someone else teaching the craft of astrology. My internal intelligence and all of the wisdom the moon has and carries some past life memories, or something can be considered sankaras, okay, which we oftentimes forget because not because we just don't come back with the physical memory of them. They're there. You can go to your Akashic records, okay, and this new moon is reminding you that internally they're there, but we're creating new memories. And so we come back with this empty slate, not to not remember ever, but to remember in the right moments, to remember it in the inspired moments, to remember by opening to the feminine energy, this new moon wants us to receive a fortune, abundance of fresh emotions, new emotions that align with who you are now and who you will be 6 months from now on the full moon. Because this is the new moon. This is where the seeds are planted. The moon is hidden right now. So it is trying to help us transform the hidden aspects, the hidden corridors within our conscious mind, as well as the true wealth within us, because Pluto represents the true wealth, the wealth beneath the surface. And a hidden moon, like a new moon, in opposition to Pluto, can bring that out. Ladies and gentlemen, check out the retreat. Hit the thumbs up on the likes button. If you enjoyed this, if you're brand new, I want you to drop the Cancer symbol or the crab if you're down below. I have a Mars in Cancer. I have a South Node in Cancer. I have not always respected Cancer, but these days I look at Cancer as a true guidance system to all the fire within me. I now say, thank you, Mars in Cancer, for being the ruler of 3 of my Aries placements, guiding my young 0 to 2-year-old infant like Aries in a way that says, look, Aries, you always jump on your impulse. And Cancer's like, yes, but come learn with me, young lad. And Aries goes, okay, so if I retain my energy and I feel a sense of belonging deep within myself and I push in the right aligned direction, you telling me that all my dreams and fruition will come? Yes. Yes, young Aries. Oh, well, now you're talking my language because you're talking action. And I like action. The right action, aligned action. So hit the thumbs up and the likes button, ladies and gentlemen. If you made it to the end, like I said, drop the Cancer, drop the crab down below. Check out our membership, but also the retreat. The applications are rolling in with Eileen, the Mexican Bruja, and myself. We're taking them one by one. So thank you also for the pause. I've been taking a lot less time to speak and come on the internet and speak some of these videos because a lot of this stuff is happening backdoor. It's all the stuff I'm saying, like, take the time. 6 months from now, we in it, okay? I'm also in a 4th house transit, so when that 5th house come out, I'm shining like a mother lover. Hey, check out the retreat. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new. Thank y'all. We're very close hitting, whenever you watch this, to the 4,000. Okay, we're hitting that 4K very soon. So that actually brings me a tremendous amount of excitement. It's like, wow, I blinked and it's like I remember being at a couple hundred and now I'm helping people in their hundreds to get past that 1,000 mark, past that 4,000 hours mark. And it's like, wow, what a joy. Um, just aligning with yourself, how much you can help another outside of you. Love. Thumbs up. See you soon.